Tucker Carlson has been certainly Israel critical in his last couple years. It's especially the last year he has been out in the open, not hiding anything. He's very strategic in how he criticizes Israel. Makes it clear he's not attacking Jews. He's not attacking Israel itself, but just our relationship with Israel. And as you saw with Thomas Massie losing his primary this Tuesday, everybody is pinning that on Israel's support of the other guy. I don't even remember his name. I said I didn't remember his name. I didn't know his name. It wasn't a memorable name. But it's weird because I didn't honestly want Thomas Massie to win, because he did some good things by pushing the Epstein files, like getting those out there. Him and Marjorie Taylor Greene were good about that. That's a thing I am critical about Donald Trump. So I'm glad that they did that. But where they're going about Israel, they're seeing Israel behind everything, and that's why they're getting so much support by the Israel critical side of the room. All right, but I want to look at Tucker Carlson in his most recent video he did about the election. He brought up that it's all Israel. That is the lens he is seeing everything through.
The United States has a lot of problems, and maybe first among them is a debt problem. The United States is bankrupt, beyond bankrupt. The United States is so deeply in debt that its creditors are worried, and we cannot afford to send any more foreign aid to anyone. That would include Egypt, and it would very much include the largest recipient of foreign aid by far, which is Israel, which is not strategically important to the United States in any sense. We receive nothing of value from Israel, nothing. And when you compare whatever tech we receive, the spyware on our phones, against the cost in dead Americans and in American dollars, and in the total isolation now of the United States, which is in part the result of our alliance with Israel, it's not a good deal for us. And so Thomas Massie has stood alone all of these years. He's made zero headway in stopping aid to Israel or in even changing minds about Israel. But he has persisted in his lonely, principled campaign against foreign aid. And so because of that, Trump colluded with three of his donors, including his biggest, Miriam Adelson, to destroy Thomas Massie and to end his career in Congress by beating him in the Republican primary in the 4th District of Kentucky, a place we can bet Miriam Adelson has never been to and could not find on a map, and in which she has no real interests. And that makes you wonder, well, why would she and her fellow neocon billionaires spend tens of millions of dollars to kick Thomas Massie out of the Congress? And of course, because Israel. That's it.
It's all Israel. It's always Israel. What Miriam Adelson, her getting into this, because that's how Tucker Carlson starts off the video. That after Trump was inaugurated and they were going to church, he saw that this woman went ahead of the crowd while they were outside waiting to go into a church, and she just stepped in front of everybody. And he is like, I hope that's not how this whole administration is not going to go. And he's seeing everything that this Israel that they're the ones that are somehow getting in front of us, leading the way, pulling us everywhere. That's how, that's the lens he is seeing everything through, and I don't get it. I don't know if this was happening within his heart when he was at Fox News before it, or did something afterwards organically. Did this happen organically, or was there something pushed into him, pushing him this way? Because he's been very sympathetic with Islam, with Muslims, the Middle Eastern countries that are out there, everyone except for Israel. So it's for me, it's either like a spiritual thing of opposing them. There's that part of it. You cannot discount that there could be an element of spiritual, attack that goes against Israel, because there has got to be, if we're honest, there's something out there going on with that. If you want to just be purely dollars and cents, I don't want our country, because we're so much in debt, supporting this nation or aligning with this nation. That really doesn't hold water when we give all these other nations billions of dollars. It's a way to establish relationships, something we could take away from them. I'm so curious of what happened in Tucker Carlson, because I think anybody that watches him, I enjoy listening to him. He brings a lot of good points, but it seems like whenever somebody gets this brain rot of Israel, like they see them as everything, that they're the ones controlling everything, you kind of lose yourself. And I think Tucker Carlson has lost himself into this abyss of he's seeing Israel about everything. I talk about Israel a lot, but it's not to say that they're controlling everything and we have to support them and that's all that matters. I understand we should be critical about every nation out there who we're aligning with. But our president, Donald Trump, he's linked arms with Israel. And you could say that like he's been pulled that way. I don't think so whatsoever. That's just who he is. Donald Trump, his true colors come out. I think when you're doing this long enough, when you're free to be who you are, you're free, your true colors come out. And his second term, he's able to do that. This is who he's been all along. And I guess this is who Tucker Carlson has been all along. He's been like, I think a lot of people that they're okay taking the bread, taking the food, taking the money when the Jews are supporting you. I guess when he's at Fox News, and you could say that that's heavily controlled by Jewish influence, and he was okay then. But now that he's been kicked out, he's able to speak his mind. So is that like something like we're going to see Jesse Waters, if he loses his position over at Fox, he's going to come out like this? Where are you all out? Do you feel the same way? Are you seeing the same worldview that Tucker Carlson is seeing about Israel? Because everybody is seeing them behind every bush, behind every situation that happens in this life, in this world. They're the ones pulling the strings. I think that it's derangement. It's Israel derangement syndrome that has got into Tucker Carlson's head. Thomas Massie loses the election. Obviously, it's Israel. Someone gets assassinated. Obviously, it's Israel. It's very low IQ. It is, because I'm not just bought into Israel. Like we have to support them, or I love them no matter what they do. But I mean, you can be on both sides. You can kind of look at this evenly. You can look at this real. This is delusionment, kind of what Tucker Carlson is promoting and pushing. He's seeing them behind everything, that they're the ones controlling everything. Tucker Carlson, he's went off the deep end on this. And I think once you step into the Israel game, whatever side you land on, you don't go back. You kind of lose yourself. And I think that that's what has happened to Tucker. I think you can keep your mind, you can keep your sanity and stepping into this and analyzing it. If you're not careful, the demonic forces are going to pull you one way or the other. The demonic, and why would supporting a people or being with a people that is heavily influenced in the Bible, we could say that that's not the true Israel or whatever. And I honestly, I'm still, I don't know what does that even mean? The true Israel, is that the same ones that connected from the ancient times? What else would it be? It's like the same, the people that believed in the God of Israel, that's they're following that book. There's a lineage from them. Who else would they be? I'm not saying that is what you have to die on. I'm not going to say that we have to support them based on that, but just being logical and analytical about this, you can see that people like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, that they look at it differently, but they're also coming to the same conclusion. Israel bad. Israel's controlling everything. I have to oppose them. It's just this logic that they've played out. And it doesn't align with reality, or if you're open and honest about it. What do you think? Let me know. Drop a comment and have a good Thursday. See y'all.